Hey everyone, Will and Eric here from Mature Minded Gamers, and today we're going to be bringing you our top 10 games that we're excited to try at Gen Con 2022. Now, we've been going to Gen Con for quite some time, correct?
My first one was in 2003, I think.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it, and at the time they did have quite a few like video games, right? And I remember it was a Conan game, I think, is you brought back a big like blow up mallet or something.
That is correct. I don't think the video games really started till about 2006-ish, 2005, 2004, somewhere in that frame. It wasn't the first year. First year I went because Magic. I was into Magic still, and I played a Magic tournament. But yes, they did start bringing video games in, and yeah, and that's the first reason. Because me and you, we weren't into board games at that time, right?
Hmm.
We were big video gamers, and so yeah,
Right.
that's
And
what I was most excited about.
I think the first year that I went to Gen Con was the year after that. And we went actually to talk to the developers of Pirates of the Burning Sea. Do you remember that game?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That that was a game that we were both looking forward to, and it was a lot of fun. We played it quite a bit, I would say. But then the years stopped coming, and they didn't stop coming. So we started getting into board games and playing a lot more, or especially me. And yeah, so last year we didn't get to go to Gen Con. It was because of the pandemic, and this is going to be the
No,
first year back.
no, we went last year.
We did.
The year before that, we didn't get to go.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That is absolutely correct. So yeah, man, 2021 was the year that we
That we
went.
went.
2020, that's when it was closed. Yeah, because we were pretty disappointed of 2021 not be able to go. So all right, so let's go ahead and talk about the games that you're wanting to try. So why don't you go ahead and kick us off with the first game that you're excited to demo 2022 Gen Con?
First one up for me. This is a title that it's called Empire's End, and it's from designer John D. Clare. You'll know, very popular. It's going to be published by Brotherwise Games, and the reason why I'm a sucker for these type of like build your own civilization or Empire Up type of games. And this one, just the art looks really cool on it from what I've seen in the pictures, and the board looks kind of simple, which I don't hate because you know me, I like a game that has a lot of strategy but doesn't require me to take a 6 month course in how to play it to actually be able to excel at it. So first one up for me, Empire's End.
Very
How about
cool.
you, Will? What's your first one?
So the game that, not necessarily my top pick, but game that I am actually looking forward to is a game called Sky Mines. This one is from Pegasus Spiel. It is a game that, for me, as far as like just looking at the box and everything. So the publisher is Deep Print Games. So I mean, obviously, there's all these different companies that are making it depending on where it's being printed at, right? What country and everything. So
Right.
with this one is it looks very intriguing to me from the art and everything. It kind of looks more like a worker placement style game, and yeah, it just looking at the box, looking at the back of the box and the art of that, it looks like there's a lot going on, and I'm pretty excited about it. What
Very
is
cool.
your next pick?
Yeah, I did want to say I'm not sure if I called that first one my number one. I didn't mean to. It's not my number one by any means. These are in no particular order. But if I had to pick a number one, it would probably be this next one. Keepers, a beautiful game for clever people. The reason I like this is, I'm big into party games that are simple, that introduce board gaming to non-board gamers is a good segue. And this game looks like it's going to be just that. It reminds me a lot of the classic games that you can see in my background right back here. Okay, well, you probably can't see them, but like Code Names and Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, games like that. And this game definitely gives me the Code Names picture version kind of feel, because this one is based off pictures, and you need to outwit your opponents by using a single word to describe or associate that word to the picture. Obviously, coming from Van Ryder Games, I have some high hopes. It's going to be good quality and a lot of fun. That's Keepers, a beautiful game for clever people. Will, what you got next?
So the next one up for me is going to be called The Shadow Planet. This game is from publisher Gatlica. I can't even say it right. Sir Chester Copplepot. And I'm a big Goonies fan, so it got me from there. But to be honest with you, this one it looks really intriguing. It's sci-fi, alien horror. The art is from a graphic novel, Blastoid Brothers. I think it just looks like a lot of fun, and I love things where a lot of stuff's going on. I love the sci-fi. I love different characters, and you working together, kind of like a semi co-op. And it's got a lot of cool elements. So you got secret goals. You gotta I'll use all the different characters to try to achieve those goals. You got to deceive rivals, control the flow. Um, I'm very excited. Trying to find allies and identify who the aliens are. I just think there's a lot going on that I'm gonna like, and just the art. I think the art really grabs it for me, and pretty excited for it. And that one is The Shadow Planet. What you got for your next one?
Next up is Wormholes. This one is from AEG, a group that I think really put out some good, solid games the last couple years, and I think this is going to be another hit for them. It's going to be a tile placement game for 1 to 5 players. It plays in about an hour. It just looks like it's a fun, nice little game. I've talked to Link how much I loved several of the AEG games that I played recently, including 10, which is like a simple, like kind of rummy game. Me and my family have a blast with it. And then there is the witch game that I have back here on my shelf again, which you again probably can't see. So I should probably quit referencing that. But Whirling Witchcraft back there. It is a fantastic family game that just me and my family love. And though I don't think this one is quite as family oriented as Whirling Witchcraft, I think this is one that would be great, maybe like an icebreaker or getting the group going type of game that's got enough strategy and enough replayability that it would be fun. Wormholes by AEG.
Yeah, so I'll be honest. I looked at this one too, and I'm actually pretty intrigued. Pick up and deliver modular board, and it's got a lot going for it. I think the components and the art look really good, and doesn't seem like it's overtly complex either. So I would love to sit down and play this one with you as well. All right,
Artist
next.
is
Go
did
ahead.
you see the artist name real quick? Caring Wong is the artist. I just love that name. I just want to say that.
All right, next up for me is going to be Northgard Uncharted Lands. Now, the thing about this one is it looks like when I'm looking at like the actual gameplay and everything here, when I'm looking at the gameplay and everything here, if whatever reason it reminds me of Carcassonne. So as far as like how you're laying down these tiles and it looks like you're trying to control the different locations and everything, but it's got 75 figurines, which I absolutely love, 7 different clans. Uh, I think I think it just looks like a lot of fun as far as like in a game. So this one here is going to be deck and kind of like a bag deck pool building, modular board, tile placement, variable player powers. It's got some card driven elements to it, and I think it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And this one is by Shiro Games. All right, what's up next for you? Or excuse me, this one is by Studio H, and so I have a game from them, the Ultree, which the component quality, if you guys have seen the unboxing for that one, is off of the charts as far as like the actual storage solutions that comes in the box, the quality of the components, and a very nice production game. And I expect nothing but the best from Northgard, Uncharted Lands, and Studio H. What's next for you?
Thanks, Will. Next up is Weirdwood Manor. So this one where you work together to battle monsters in a magical, ever-shifting manner. I really like the way the board looks. It's a circular board. It kind of gives me almost some oh, now I'm forgetting the name of that game, but the one that is based off Cthulhu, where you're detectives. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but it kind of gives me that vibe a little bit. where you're trying to work together to defeat whatever the menace or the villain is for that round. I love cooperative games. This one plays 1 to 5 players, 2 hours. And another thing that I find a little interesting is this is a new publisher. So I always, I always get kind of excited for these little indie publishers to see what they can do. Gray Ridge Games is the publisher. Designer is Mike Cassie. So I'm excited to check out Weirdwood Manor.
This does actually pretty cool. I'm wondering, like, when I look at this board, I kind of think, I wonder if these will spin. Is this kind of like a rondel, or do you have like spinning mechanisms? Are you going to be moving around the edges, or is it kind of like a circular version of Clue? You
Yeah,
know?
it's funny you say that because it made me think of Clue because it looks like different rooms almost, but
Yeah.
not really, but kinda. But yeah, I kind of had that thought too.
Well, cooperative is definitely a plus in my books for sure. Next one up for me is Omnicron Protocol. Now, again, we're kind of going on a theme here. We got some miniatures. It's an entry apocalyptic squad based miniatures game. Now, when looking at the board, and the components that I'm going to show you here in the preview, they do look a little bit like they're not the highest quality. Now, I'm hoping this is kind of like just what we're seeing as far as maybe prototypes and things, which I'm assuming they are. But the game does look quite fun, being kind of like a skirmish fighter game. You know, yeah. But I love miniatures. This one's from Dead Alive Games, which I haven't heard anything from them before. But this one's the area movement, cooperative dice spread, hexagon grid, and got a lot going for it as far as what the components look like to me. I love those big battlers, and especially when you can simplify it and make it into a board game and not have thousands upon thousands of different books that you need, like 40K. I think this one looks like a lot of fun, so I can't wait to check this out and see more about it.
Sounds like a really cool game, Will. I hope you buy it so I get to play it without having to purchase it myself.
Oh, I'm sure I'm sure I'll be picking it up.
I know we'll have quite the haul this year, I'm sure. All right, the last one on my list is Fall of the Mountain King. This is one where you're going to battle gnomes and trolls together, or against each other, I guess. And the Heart of the Mountain. This game, I'm not quite sure if it's kind of like playing off the fact that you're battling gnomes and trolls, or if it's 100% serious, like you're gonna, really be doing this kind of battling. I was kind of leaning towards it having a little bit of humor in it, but it's hard to tell by the description and everything. This game could go either way. I do like the artwork on the box, and so I'm kind of basing a lot of my thoughts off of that, and then some of the screenshots that I've seen on Board Game Geeks. You make it look like a pretty interesting game. It does look a little complicated, which I usually tend to steer away from. So I'm hoping that it's got some simpler mechanics that aren't too hard to figure out, and that we can have fun with the play. I really like the time frame being a 60 to 90-minute game. That makes me think that it's going to have the mechanics that I want with the strategy elements put in there as well, without overdoing it. Where you get into like a 6-hour game where you're falling asleep trying to make your turns.
Right.
That is Fall the Mountain King. I think this is a game that me and you will both enjoy, Will, and I can't wait to get our hands on it. Published by Burnt Island Games. I don't think I've ever heard of them. Maybe a newer publisher. I didn't do my research in that aspect. But yeah, I can't wait to check it out at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Will,
So,
what's the last one?
well, this one's coming actually, or is just coming out here soon on Kickstarter. Is that correct? Is that going to be
Oh, I
released now, or are they going to have demos there, or are they actually releasing it this year?
all these games have at least demos at Gen Con, so
Okay.
maybe it's not out yet.
I'm not sure.
Um,
That's what I'm wondering if it with the Kickstarter it was last year. I haven't heard anything about this one. I've heard of Hall of the Mountain King, which is the one you're talking about is supposed to be a prequel. Is that correct?
I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah, I guess I have heard of it, but I've never like actually played the first one. So definitely something to check out. Maybe we should even check out the first game. So
Yeah, I've never even heard of the first game either, to be honest. So yeah, I definitely would be interested in checking maybe both of them out. Right.
yeah, absolutely. And then next, and actually last up for me, is a game that I think you're going to be excited for as well. This one is from CGE, Starship Captains. I mean, just looking at that art right there, that's Star Trek. I mean, there's no way around it. That there's a Starfleet uniform. You've got the instead of the triangle badges, communicators, you've got little circles. And you got the yellow shirts, the red shirts, the blue shirts. I mean, through and through this. I mean, even the ship on the cover there looks like the Voyager a little bit. But in this one, you are going to be going on different missions with your crew. You've got some miniatures, trying to accomplish different missions. You're going to be going on different positions on your ship, trying to navigate distress signals, trying to repair your ship from attacks, and all while exploring a galaxy of never-ending danger. And yeah, this game just looks like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play it. So I think this one is one you're going to love as well.
Oh yeah, I was definitely checking this one out too. Will, it looks fantastic. It looks like Lower Decks artwork. If you didn't know what Lower Decks was, right? Like before we seen any screenshots or saw any screenshots of it, this is kind of what I would have pictured of Lower Decks, the characters, at least the artwork wise, looking like. And yeah, who doesn't love a good spaceship game? I mean, it looks great. And the other thing is the company, I'm spacing it, want to say AEG, but it's not
CGE.
AEG. Yeah, CGE. They've really been knocking a lot of really good games out lately. And
Hmm.
so, Galaxy Trucker, the rebirth of it, seen a lot of fandom. I think they're making a new Galaxy Trucker too, right?
I didn't know that.
I think they are. I could be wrong about that. But anyways, this game kind of has a little bit of the vibes of the pieces and the small footprint that kind of Galaxy Trucker had. So yeah, I'm interested. There's a lot of games where you play as a captain and a crew trying to survive the ships.
Hmm.
And this one kind of looks like it might be a little more simple. A lot of those games where you got to do like, preemptive movement or what do you call it, hidden movement and stuff, they can get a little complicated and kind of ruin the fun sometimes. I think this one's going to keep us awake, but not overcomplicate things. So I'm pretty excited to check it out.
Right. So you got drafting variable setup, and I think this one is going to be a great family game that we can get everybody in our families involved in playing this. So, all right. So that was our top 10 list of games that we are looking forward to demoing at Gen Con 2022. We would absolutely love to hear your guys' thoughts on what games are you looking forward to playing, what games are you looking forward to picking up at Gen Con, and would you demo any of these games? Would these be games that you would like to hear or to play yourselves? And if not, why or why not? And we can't wait to talk to you more about it. So join us on our Discord. Come visit us at maturemindedgamers.com. But as always, everyone stay safe and take care.